What's up, confessors? Welcome to season 2, episode 11. Sons of Anarchy service. Let's get into it. Allow me to introduce my lovely co-host, Miss Dina, aka Christina. Hey, boo, hey.
Hey.
How you doing?
Girl, this episode was woo!
Woo! Wait. So we have a lot to cover in this episode. A lot of good stuff, actually, of course. Okay, let's see who we got here. Miss Baby is in the building. Hey, girl. Hey. Good evening. This episode is an episode that just gave throughout the entire episode. So we have finally,
Got to the truth.
Tig has told the truth on himself. He told on himself.
Yeah, Gemma told the truth. This episode should have been called The Truth.
The
because
truth.
Gemma
I
told
don't
her
know why
truth.
it's called service, but it should have been called the truth for real. So Tig tells Ope, Ope finds out from Tig. Tig was very busy this episode. Let's say that, okay?
Very much so.
I mean, what drove him to that was the scene before that was him and Gemma had a little thing for about 10 seconds. Like, what the hell? And for him to have been the one that stopped it, like, she would have kept going. He stopped it. But anyway, let's not jump the gun. But then after that, at the end, Clay finally takes her. But shoot, not after Tig had to tell him to do it, like, my dude. But first things first. So we know that last episode, Gemma told Jax and Clay that she was assaulted by Weston and a couple of dudes, and to tell them to stop selling guns to the wrong peoples. And that happened. So she finally told him because Jax was about to go nomad because he thought Clay blew up car, which he didn't. But so at the end, we seen him saying he's going nomad. It's a done deal. But then at the end of this one, he picked up his cut pieces and it was all good. So we see Clay coming to see Jax, and they finally had their powwow. And this is like really a moment right here because this is the first time you see Clay, Jax, and Abel all together. It's not necessarily 3 generations, but kind of because, Clay's the stepdad, whatever. But you see 3 generations, and they have a little heart-to-heart, and they say that they agree that they know that they must retaliate, and it must be deadly, but it has to be smart. And Clay says he cannot do this without Jax. And Jax says, I ain't going nowhere. Which is what, of course, we knew when he picked up his pieces. So now everyone's at church. They're talking amongst themselves. And glad to see that Chibs is back at church. Everyone's in the house. And you can kind of see the face-off right here between Piney and Clay. Piney's at one end and Clay's at the other. So at this point in this bitch, okay, I must know what you felt about this point, Dina. Because here she is crying. Do you feel she needed to do what she did? Because she put on this whole crying thing that she needs to know where they at. But I don't understand why you crying. What you just couldn't ask for?
Girl.
Like, you don't know where y'all at this point?
Y'all didn't kill together.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and then y'all they kill me calling this whatever this is still. Like, y'all still calling it that?
Y'all didn't unalived a person. A federal agent at that, not just no Tom, Dick, or Harry. You killed a federal Tom, Dick, or Harry, okay? And so I just don't understand why y'all would even I don't even know why y'all still having a conversation. I don't know why she crying about it. You know what I'm saying? You're in the house. He called you his old lady. What is understood don't need to be explained. Apparently, she don't understand, so she needs it to be explained. But yeah, I was just kind of like, girl, if you don't know, like, what's that song? If you don't know me
You
by
don't know
now,
by now.
girl,
Yeah,
if you don't
right.
know what the hell is going on with your relationship by now, then you real slow.
At this point, I thought that was really, really, really super. I think that maybe they just needed for her to have a line at that moment. I don't know if they need to make it that before something else, but I just didn't understand. Like, she keeps coming back and asking the same question, and then he tell you, and then later on you want to get mad talking about you want to leave and up and leave because you don't know what this is and you don't think you can handle it. Girl, get it together. Yeah, so I'm just like, she annoyed me. And I'm like, okay, I just need her to get off the screen.
Right. She has a lot of moments, like, even though it's probably the unpopular opinion, I do like Tara, but she does have some moments where I'm like, girlfriend, get it together, because you already know what time it is, and you playing a little what's the word I want to call, needy. She playing a little needy.
Yeah. BB says, Sarah's just like Tamar, a lot of theatrics. Lord Jesus, why we gotta bring Tamar in this? Look, I finally ain't I gotta think and look at Tamar for a minute. You want to bring her up? I'm so tired of hearing about Tamar. Lord Jesus, girl, shut the fuck up. You a felon just like Jax. One killer, common the other. Right, and she about yeah. And see, I don't know. Tara be fronting. Like, she want to act like she better and she ain't about this life no more, but she clearly is because it comes so easy for this heifer. Like, really, you really needed that much convincing. Anywho, so um, Ted goes over to Gemma's, and Gemma's just getting out the shower. Her hair is all wet. She's got on her little robe, just covering up. And Jay looked like he was just in his, mind already anyway. And so they hug at first and they kiss on the lips. And at first I was like, "Er, er?" But
Right,
I'm
right, boys, on the roll.
like, and so I'm like, oh my gosh, shoot. Am I drinking? No, I'm not. Anywho, and so who keep calling me? Texting me.
Is that
And
the
so,
theme to Family Matters?
say what?
Is your ringtone the theme to Family Matters?
No, it is not.
Oh, okay, because I was confused.
It's just a little blues melody. Oh my lord.
Oh, okay.
Took us back to Family Matters. Jesus. Whoo. Funny. You's a funny girl.
I just barely, I heard whatever, and I was like, it sounded like Family Matters. So I don't know. Play it again. Let the people judge. Play it again.
I use the ringtone. Lord Jesus. God damn it. She said play it again. I cannot. Okay. I don't even know. Where do I go? General? No. I don't even know where to go. Sounds. That's that. Okay.
That is the beginning of Family Matters.
This is not.
Okay,
You know
hold
what?
on,
I'm a part of episode of Family Matters when
hold
we get
on,
out and we
family.
gonna
Hold
have this
on,
debate and we gonna
family.
visit. We go give
matters. Hold on. Think we off, y'all.
just give us a minute. Only BB in the chat anyway. We all we all give us a minute. That was passion. She was like they've been wanting to do that for some time. It seems like every guy in the damn club has some type.
Okay, hold on. I gotta go back to the beginning. Hold on. I gotta
Don't
turn.
play it loud. You gonna get us messed. We can't do that, can we?
It's only the little bit. We're not playing the whole thing, but did you hear the little run in the beginning?
That ain't the same.
It sound like it.
It don't sound like it. But I do see where you're coming from, and now I'm probably thinking that shit every time.
Well, no, because like when you hear it from a distance, like when you're talking and I'm talking, and you just hear it in the background, it's like, is that what I thought I heard? But it's only like a cute, a quick little snippet in the song where they do, with the run on the piano or whatever that sounds like that. So I'm not crazy. This is only my second shot today, and I haven't.
I like that glass.
Where did I get? Oh, this was from Puerto Vallarta.
Oh, that's pretty. That's real pretty.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, one thing led to another, and it went down because, like I said, every guy seems to have some type of little sick little crush on Gemma. It I don't know what it is. But I mean, she's a good looking girl. She's got a nice little shape. She dresses cute, nice rack as they would call it. And so I mean, to them, yeah, she's a win for any of those men. But yeah, Tig gave her what she wanted and what she needed because Clay Show hadn't been. She took care of that. But look at her at the bottom in the middle, like she looks kind of embarrassing because that's after he stopped, and it's like, dang, so yet another man rejecting me, so to speak, because it was only 10
No,
seconds.
he wasn't rejecting her. He just his conscience kicked in.
Yeah, when he saw that picture of Jax, that's when it happened. Like, yeah, I'll whoop your ass. You find out you messed my mom. You don't want to with Jax again. You already ain't in the best graces. And if this were to ever come out, you are definitely about to meet Mr. Mayhem. Oh, before I forget, I saved it, but I didn't upload it. But Allie Walker, stall, bitch ass.
Mm-hmm.
She had posted a throwback clip from her on Sons of Anarchy.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked her what was her favorite scene to shoot.
Mm-hmm.
And she responded. She said her favorite scene to shoot was when she unalived her girlfriend.
What? Oh, okay.
Oh,
she needs some therapy. She didn't got they didn't what you call it? They didn't wear off on her.
She showed it. Tig was going to bust her down and let her go. Damn. I felt like he should have finished. I mean, you already in there. Might as well see what's going on while you're there. You're there. You already done went in the door.
Right.
You can't not go back. Shoot, you can't go back from that. You through the door. It is what it is. LNV. Hey, LNV. Hey, girl. Hey. But he busts her down. But
I'm just trying to figure out like where they thought that they was gonna get away with this, because had they went through with everything, he already know Clay was finna beat him down or unalive him
quickly
or something.
But whatever the conscience kicked in from seeing Jack's picture on the floor, he stopped. And that's when you see the next scene is him rolling up to TM Automotive and man, Opie sitting there working on his nice automobile. And he just goes up to him and he's just like, "Can I ask you something?" He's like, "Yeah, what's up?" He's like, "Why was Dinah driving the truck that night?" Opie told him needed the back seat. He was like, "She wasn't supposed to be driving." And that's when it clicked to Opie and he went ham on Tig.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this was so therapeutic for me because this is when I was not messing with Tig still. Okay, this was so therapeutic for me. This was everything. That right there, that first hit that he gave him did that to his face. That first hit gave him all of
He
that.
was not playing.
But he took it though too. Tig was not resisting. He was like, he took that ass whooping. Tig took that ass whooping. I was like, oh my God, finally, finally, finally. But it's just like, why couldn't have Clave in there? I wanted, even though Tig pulled the trigger, I wanted Clay to get that ass whooping. That's what I wanted more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they would have gotten away with it. Tig wouldn't betray them. No, she wouldn't. But Gemma will do anything for herself. You think that Gemma would never betray Tig? Mm. Because one thing's for sure, two things for certain. If that got out, Tig would be the one meeting Mr. Mayhem, not Gemma. He may do something to. No, he ain't gonna. No. He gonna make her life live in hell, but he wouldn't leave her. That's how Clay roll. See, and that's how vindictive Clay is. That's how Clay roll. That's what he would have done. So I don't know. I kind of had always wished at some point Clay would have found out. Clay never finds out, does he? Oh, he never finds out. Oh, why?
I
I
don't
wish
think so.
he don't. If not, Tig made it to the end. He did not. If that was the case, Tig would not have made it to
No.
the end. Nope.
No, I think Tig took that one to the grave because Clay got unalived before he could find out.
I mean, but there was so much time, ample time for him too. It just, I don't know. I just wish everything. That is one thing in this series that I wish he would have found out just to see what would have happened. Could you imagine what would have happened though? Kurt would have written some sadistic shit if that
Man, you
was
talking about Clay would have invoked what is it, the men of mayhem or whatever it's called when
Mr.
they do
Mayhem.
something to people. He'd have got his balls torched. They'd have torched the Sons of Anarchy off his back. It would have just been ugly.
Ooh, yeah, they would have tortured him. It would have been really bad. And they probably would have made Gemma watch. But she was probably the one who probably escorted. So that's what I'm saying. Gemma would give up Tig to save
Right.
herself, to save
Oh,
Jack, to save Abel, whatever. She would give up Tig.
she definitely would.
Look,
I don't trust her at all.
you can't. You cannot trust Gemma, period. Gemma said one of the most important lines when speaking with Tara states, "It's not about love, it's about ownership." Tara was under the impression it was about love. Yeah, because she felt, he's left his mark. It's about marking. So
Mm.
now she's all marked up by another person, ripped up by another person. She feels lost and useless and feels like nothing. And Jim was like, no, he loves you, he adores you and everything. And she just was not getting it. But
Mm-mm.
and that is the case. And especially for a man like Clay. Especially for a man like Clay. That's just his MO. He's all about that. Just branding. Like what's his is his. To the point, period. Yep. And this was it. When they were sitting down and she told her that. Like, yeah. Well, and it is true because I mean, regardless if that is the truth or not, that's how she feel. But she had if she would have just came up to him and dropped his pants and got on her knees, I'm sure he would not have, turned her away.
Right.
But she wasn't doing that. But she was letting Tig all up in her pudding pack.
Not the pudding pack.
So everyone shows up and after see Opie whooping Tig's ass, and they's like, "What's going on?" Tig just filled with truth today. Like I don't know what priest he went and saw, if he was at the hospital, was at the chapel or something that morning, but Tig was just full of truth today. So he's just like, "Hey, he whooped my ass because I told him, that I off Donna." And Bobby, he already knew, had his suspicions. But for it to just be out and said, it's like, God damn it, Jesus Christ. Really? And then, of course, Piney knew, and he just looking at him with disgust so he can finally show him that he don't like him and that he despises him.
Despises.
I feel like, what, for real talk, I feel like Piney loved Donna more than he loved Opie. Because the way that he goes for Donna and the way he talks about Ope's face, like he don't care what he says and how he takes it or what it does to his manhood. But Donna, like you can't light a candle to Donna. Period. Like she off limits. No. Hey, Lady V, LOL, pudding pack, girl. Pudding pack. Yeah.
We trying to stay monetized over here.
Trying to do the damn thing. But the cat is out of the bag at this point, and it's like, ain't no turning back from this. Tig looked defeated, like he ain't got nothing left in him. And Clay mad. Clay is pissed that he told, like, you don't told everything.
Like, why would he was like, man, we could have got away with it.
Basically, but would they have? Because how long would Bobby have kept that under him like that? But Bobby knew, he felt it, and Piney knew he was gonna get it. Piney said, look, he told Jax already, like, you handle this or I am. Period. Tig was feeling guilty. Clay knew that the jig was up. One long Piney means a worry about having enough oxygen in that tank. Why you be coming for Piney, BB? Piney, this like the second, third time you don't came for Piney. What did he do to you? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Piney is cool. What Piney do? You don't like how he talked to Ope? I don't like how he talked to Ope. But Ope need that tough love. Because, period, how you just going to neglect your kids and think it's okay because you feel you don't know how to raise them? Like, where'd that come from? Probably the mentality that your mama wasn't there for you. But that is a good segue into the next scene we see. Oh, Miss Mary. Miss Mary. Piney goes and sees her, and she's like shocked beyond belief. And he's like, what the hell are you doing here? And, they have their moment. He tells her that she wasn't wrong. He didn't give her a chance to be a mother. So is it really on Piney? So can Piney really, really be getting mad at Opie? Because Piney, maybe you was the one in the wrong for your wife to do wrong to not raise him to be a decent man or what you would consider a decent man. I mean,
it takes two parents now.
But you would think he'd be around him. I mean, if Oak grew up around the club, meaning he's been around Piney. So, I mean, clearly, what I'm saying, Piney was a useless character on the show. Baby, I like Piney. Don't do that. And rest in peace to Piney. But he was not useless. Had he not been there, Jax would have never gotten JR's manuscript. Well, not the first one. I mean, the second one after he burnt the first one.
Right.
So it was needed. Okay, it was needed. And his character, and that was like at the end of me when Clay did what he did to Piney. It was just like, I was done. Opie's mom ran away from the club, and Piney would not let Opie go with his mom. And see,
I don't think the mom wanted to be a mom. The way she was acting.
well, she definitely didn't want to be a grandma.
Right. I don't think she got the mama gene neither.
Well, but Piney said he didn't give her the opportunity to be. But I'm like, if you do got the mama gene, you gonna be one or not. So yeah, I feel you on that part. Yeah.
Yeah, and he probably. I mean, in all honesty, if a man takes a child away from a mother, she typically does not have the mama gene. Okay. I
Right.
mean, we gonna be real honest and call a thing a thing. There are more single moms out there than there are single dads. And if a dad is out there single with a child, 9 times out of 10, the mama is off in some way, whether it be drugs, didn't get the mama gene, didn't want kids, don't want anything to do with the kid because they not together. 90% of the time, I mean, it's deadbeat moms out there, but 90% of the time, if there's a deadbeat mom and it is, she just didn't get the mama gene, and then the man ends up taking the kid.
Fact. Okay. Yeah, I can see that. Well, he apologizes for his behalf, and you can tell like the way he talking to her, like, dude, am I gonna see you again? Like, what is all of this? Where is this coming from? Like, is there a camera somewhere? Am I okay in the camera? Because where are you coming at me with all of this? But some men take the kids just to spite and make sure the woman suffers. Yeah, that's true. And that's just dog wrong, too, if that's the case. But in this situation, if he wanted Oak to be part of Sam Crow, of course he's gonna keep him with him. And I think especially the men, when you have your son, you do that. You put on like this harder exterior because you're the man, you're in the club, you want him to be part of the club, so you gonna want him with you more so you can learn it. And that's basically how it was.
Well, let me go to BB's comment. If a man takes the kid just to spite the woman and make sure she suffer, if she really wants her kid, she'll fight in court, and then the court will decide who is the more fit parent to get full-time custody or part-time custody, or whatever, or joint or whatever. But I'm pretty sure either there, in this particular situation, it was something that was off. And just by the way Mary acts, because I recall there was an episode where he said something about her not being a good mother and or a grandmother or something to that effect. Sorry, y'all. It's one of my long days. But yeah, so I'm just saying in that particular situation, then I just feel like, she ain't get the mama gene. But I will say that 90% of the time when men take a child is because something is off with the mama. And then you might have that 10% that did it out of spite, and they might have more money and want to make the woman suffer. So I'll give you that, the small, maybe 5 to 10%. But the other 90%, something is definitely off with the mama.
I mean, when it comes to Piney, I feel that, he seems to love the bottle, and I think maybe that could have took a lot, on him back in the day if he was, a heavy drinker. I mean, you can tell. I really wonder about their relationship and how they really ended in their hardships, whatever. Like, when did it go bad for them? And why didn't they work out? Because they're
Right.
they're still married, just not together.
Right.
Just, you know.
I wonder that too. Like sometimes I used to joke, like me and my husband, we gonna get married and have houses on opposite sides of town. So when I get tired of looking at him, I can go back to my house, or he tired of looking at me, he can go back to his house. So I do kind of wonder what they got going on.
Phoebe says, I'm not making excuses for Mary, but remember she felt the club honey would have the backing of the club and the resource.
True.
Yeah, 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 yeah. That is true. I mean, and that goes to the point again where I wanted to point out why you said they don't get the courts involved with the kids, whatever. I mean, this is them. They aren't putting the court in no,
Right.
law enforcement in anything.
I mean, I
So,
was just saying in general, we already
oh,
know that Sons of Anarchy don't want no courts or nothing digging into nothing they got going on. I'm
because they
just
already
saying
got
as a general
HHS and
statement.
IRA on their ass, so they don't need shit else on them. Period. Okay. So the guys meet up because they need all of the guns that they can find to take down Zobel. But since the pipeline is all messed up still and it's not running yet, they had to dig into their own personal stash. And I'm shocked that out of all of everyone, this is all they have.
Right. Now I was like, I know y'all got something
That's
somewhere.
puny as hell. That should be like one person and maybe a half of a stock of another person.
Right.
I'm like, that's all y'all got. I
But you
mean,
know what? But
you
you know
can't
what?
put-
Here is a thought. Considering that, that they had just got out of jail, you know, I kind of feel like maybe they was, trying to be chill. You know what I'm saying? Like
I mean,
you
they were.
really
That was the whole point.
you really don't want a whole lot of guns in your house, when folks is felons and
A stash
they
somewhere.
live in California where you got the 3 strike rule. You know what
You
I'm
know,
saying?
stash
So
them somewhere. They could have stashed them right next to all the bodies. They don't stash them
well,
though.
they did stash them, but remember the warehouse blew up in the first episode.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about since then they could have acquired. We are on the second episode now. After
Well, I
they
mean,
could
they
have
could have stored them
acquired
at Kara
more by now.
Kara, but that got burnt up.
See, they need to chill. That's the thing. They need to chill because this
And
is
I
sad.
can't remember.
This
Did
is sad.
what's his name get burnt up in Kara Kara
Who?
with the hands?
No, checking up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's funny that we don't see what happened to him yet, but no, because
Yeah, I thought he came back later on or something.
yeah, I don't know if he comes back at the end of this. If he comes back next episode or the next, but he's definitely on episode 1 of season 3
Okay, perfect.
because he gets shot. So yeah,
He just
yeah.
can't catch a break.
But yeah, I can't remember. I think we do see him. I want to say we see him in the finale. I think he's got to be part of the finale because a lot goes on. Yeah, because yep, I think you do because I think that's what happened. Let me stay where I'm at. Nope. Okay,
Right,
we just
right,
gonna keep
right.
it moving. So Chips, oh, hi Ali Lark here. Thanks for answering my question. So Chips meets up with Stahl, and he's feeling like he needs to get protection for Carrie Ann and Fiona against Jimmy because he don't started some mess. This is why I call them a clubhouse. They have those old rifles. Nobody ever thinks for the future. How could they not have a stash of power? Exactly. That's what
I'm
I'm
like, what made
saying.
it so funny to me is the stash of pow pows. Because every time I think of pow pows, I'm like, pew pew pow pow pew
That's
pew
for real. Why isn't there a stash somewhere? Like y'all
somewhere.
gotta be better than that. Y'all got the IRA, y'all got the Irish on y'all got Zobelium on y'all. Like this is it. Y'all should have been getting ready for war. Y'all should have been staying ready
Hmm.
so y'all don't have to get ready. What happened? What happened? Do
Yep.
better.
They were
Do better.
slipping.
Do better than that. I'm just saying. Okay. So then, so now Opie, now that he knows that Stahl is really the one he wants because she's the one who put this all in action and made him a rat, Opie goes after Stahl. When he goes to meet up, he sees freaking Chibs coming out of the freaking room with Stahl with the papers. You could tell the papers, the
Right.
blueness. So he stashes it in his cup and he's like, oh man, like, well, what you doing, Chibs? But luckily it was Opie who saw it because he just got going through this mess with Stahl. So he already know and probably peep game, which
Right.
is the best thing for him. But anyway, so he follows them and he sees that you're going to this. Alexa, stop. I got to figure out why Alexa keep talking at 10:30. Anyway.
Is it only Mondays at 10:30 or is it every day at
Every
10:30?
night. I did not set no
I
type
told
of
you
alarm.
that you need to reset. You need to delete the app and delete
I
the.
actually think the app is deleted.
Well, no, you need to delete that. Like, forget that. Whatever, and then like reset it.
I'm gonna
You need to
figure it
Google
out.
how to reset your Alexa back to factory settings and
I'm,
then download the app and add your stuff on. If you want to delete the app after that, then fine. But you need to figure out how to reset your Alexa to factory settings.
I sure do, because she will not shut up at the turn. I don't even know what the hell she be saying. Because it be solo be on like volume 3. I'd be like, is that her talking or is that music? Like, what do I hear? Anyway, so Weston meets up with Cameron and they got guns going. Oh, not before Oak peeped him seeing the Mayans and Zobel meet up. So he's like, oh, no, that was Jax who saw that, actually, I believe. Jax seen that. Anywho, one of them seen it. Yep, there they go. Motherfucking Alvarez. Like, okay. So here they go. And so now they finally learn what's really going on. This is not about power and race. This is about getting that H, the heroin, trying to push that heroin.
Yeah.
So now everything has flipped. And now Sons got something, which is what they needed because they needed to be smart with Zobel. So now they finally got something on his ass. Finally. So now they know that his boy, his lieutenant Weston, would not approve because we know Weston is our hardcore supremacist. But Zobel is a businessman. So he gonna do what he gotta do to get his business when business is good. He don't play. And Alvarez, he don't mind doing business. Alvarez is about business too. That's one thing about him. Ah, man, this would have been so sweet if this happened. The outlaw found the agent slipping, and the outlaw was merciful. The outlaw was merciful on this heifer. Look at her crying like a little bitch. I bet she peed on herself.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Just a little. Just a little. Just a little bit. And he said, remember that next time you want to try to twist shit to unalive one of us. Like, don't try it. This ain't what you want, boo-boo. You don't try it once, twice, 3 times. You keep messing with my boys. Leave my club alone.
Right.
And I was surprised. The outlaw was merciful. So he meets up with Jackson. He tells him everything. And Jax gives him the manuscript because Oak was like, and I thought the same thing, like, how is Oak supposed to go back and sit at the table with these men who tried to off him and then off his wife?
Right.
I don't think I could have.
He better than me.
He way better than me. He's completely better than me. Cause ain't no way, homeboy. Ain't no way.
Ain't no way.
Nope.
I'd be setting everybody's house on fire right now.
Yup. And so they finally hug it out and everything, and tell him what's good. He's like, we made this man. And Opie's like, well, how do we unmake this man?
Right.
It's like, can't do it without you. So with that intact, they trying to put in a motion to do what they got to do. And this is the first time Jackson's really talked about taking down Clay, and with some support. He's been
Right.
on his own. The last time this happened, when they got out of jail, he went into the office, they went to a clubhouse. It was just different. And of course, Opie was on Clay's side this whole time.
Right, because he trying
About,
to prove to Clay he not a snitch.
yeah, and telling Jax he needs to fall in line with Clay. But Opie finally realized. He finally sees. But then he finally realized also, like, okay, that's the reason why you and Clay been having y'all tip, because of this. So he figured it all out. It all makes sense to him. And it's like, damn. And that's true. So they go up and meet with Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy O'Ham. I said Jimmy Fallon. Lord mercy.
I cannot with you. She said Jimmy Fallon. Okay.
I'm thinking like, wait, that ain't right.
It's close though. I mean, it wasn't
It's
too
been a
far.
long day. It's been a long day.
Girl, who
It's
is you
been a
telling?
day.
I am barely keeping my eyes open. You hear
I
me?
know. Let's get through this, Lord. Okay. I was really surprised because it was messed up that Clay had Chips sitting right there across from him like that. And then he had Baby in the corner after that. He had him in the corner. I'm like, that felt so belittling. And I would not have liked that. I did not like that for Chips to have to sit across from that man. And then for him to be like, well, Chips is a hard man to try to, unalive. I've tried to before. I'm like, you got balls. Like big, huge ones.
Mucho grande
Mucho
cajones.
grande. So then the scene shoots to Piney, and he's putting his cut up. Now Piney is old school for real, because he's the only one who got that old school cut, the jean jacket cut. He ain't down with that leather. He old school. He original. And he's got the picture of the first nine. Aw, first nine. He's putting away. It was a sad one. You knew something was about to go down.
Right.
For him to do is like, okay, what's about to happen? What he about to do? At first, I thought he was about to take himself because he had that gun. I'm like, no, Piney, no, you don't want to do this. This ain't our way to go, boo boo.
Right.
So then the scene shoots to, for the first time seeing someone else read this, we see Opie reading Jazz manuscript. I'm like, oh my goodness. I forgot that he read it this whole entire time. I don't think
like
I
I said,
remember.
every time I rewatch this, I see something new because there's no telling. Like half these episodes I watched at work, I might have stepped away and came back, might have went to the bathroom, went to go warm my food up. Every episode, it seems like I find something that I didn't see the first time I watched it.
And that's the beauty of it. So Opie comes to church. They're in church. And he tells him, like, look, this club unalived my wife. But he said, I don't know how you're going to make that right. But we also don't need to be letting this out. Nobody needs to know about this either. So he comes wanting vengeance and peace, kind of, if you will. And I know that's got to be a hard
He
pill
want
for him to
reparations.
that.
He want reparations.
He want them reparations. Okay. Give them to him.
Facts.
And so I was really surprised. I was like, oh, so we're not gonna see him click on Clay. That's what I was ready for.
What can he do? If he clicked on Clay, It's not going to bring Donna back. He's got a new love interest. Donna was nagging him all the damn time about being half in and half out and didn't want him to be in the club anyway. But that's
True.
what's in his blood. So and I hate to sound morbid, but in actuality they did him a favor because Opie would have been half in and half out making mistakes the whole time if Donna wouldn't have at some point gave in, but even still in the back of the mind, he would always feel like he was disappointing Donna, or she would go back and forth whether she's tired or not, and this, that, and the third. So it would have in the morbid TV sense, they did him a favor. It was messed up, and yeah, that was his wife, but he probably thought about it himself for time or two, divorcing her, separating, or whatever.
And that's why I like it with Lila because she doesn't judge him like that. She met him like that. She don't care. He don't judge her. You don't judge me. We good.
Mm-hmm.
She's been judged all her life too. So that's why I like them together. So Chips goes to Gemma and he tells him, he feels like shit for what he did. Not telling her in detail, but he knows he did something wrong. And she's like, just go tell the club. Just go tell him. Just go tell him. And even Opie said at church, he was like, look, I seen Chips with papers coming out of stall. Talk to him. Don't judge. I just got
Right.
y'all just did this shit to me. Don't do that. Don't do that. So he goes and he tells them, and he's very nice, cool, calm, and collected. And it was the freaking calm before the storm because I
Right.
was not prepared for.
It was a shit show.
Woo! Piney King kicked in the doorway, in the fofo. He kicked in the
Tipping
door
on
and
fofo.
shit. He kicked it in. Look at Clay's face in the middle on
Hiding like
the
a
left. Like,
little bitch.
yes, like he ain't never been scared so much in his life.
Mm-hmm.
And that was kind of good enough for me. Actually, I'm like, okay, yeah,
He peed on himself a lot of bit.
a lot of it. The ending of
Not
the
just a little
episode,
bit. He peed on himself a lot.
a whole bunch of a lot. Yeah, that was a whole bunch of something twinkle twinkle. And then you see Bobby. I mean, then you see Jax going for it. And then it's just like everyone's just in the moment. It was a hostile situation. And
Mm-hmm.
Opie had to be like, you know what? He had to go to see Ope, but Ope, I mean, the way Ope went to Clay though, he was like, look, he did this for me. I could have offed you. It could have been me offing you, but you still like we all still here. So cut him
Mm-hmm.
some slack. He did it for me. You better cut him some slack for all you just did to me. You
Right.
just unalived his granddaughter just like you just unalived my wife. So cut him some slack too. Cause you don't did too much. So you gonna take it all. And I was like, yeah, Opie, tell him.
Tell him.
He demanded that shit from him. And so, Potty old school, and he already know what's up. He was like, I know what's good. He was like, let me know how you want to handle this. He was OG when he was like, let me know how you
Mm-hmm.
want to handle this. It's like, I ain't scared to go out. That's what I came for anyway. Y'all don't say my goodbyes to my wife. I don't told her she was good. Don't worry. Like, I'm ready. I came to meet Mr. Mayhem, basically.
Right.
He
He
wasn't
was he
holding
was
nobody up.
he
He
was
was
ready to
ready
go.
for it. He was ready for that whoa. Ready for that whoa. For real.
He was ready to go.
But as in a good old fashion, Clay did calm down. And all he did was tell him, never come in this place again without your cut on. But then
They
Piney was
retarded.
like, it
Like,
won't
you pull a gun
happen.
on me, you better use it.
But Piney was like, it won't happen again. Like, what happened to all that
Like,
you just
look, you pull a gun on me, you better use it and you better hit your target.
you
Guys,
been
I'm
right. You
coming
better
for
not
you
miss.
every time I see you.
You better not miss an inch. Cause it's
Mm-mm.
on if you do. I was like, God damn, come on. But I would have liked It would have been great if Piney was in a good enough shape, because I would have loved to have Piney whoop Clay's ass. I want
Mm-hmm.
anybody to whoop Clay's ass. Okay,
Like
really
just
would.
anybody.
Anybody can have it. I don't care. Just somebody do it.
Like,
Period.
can we get the Niners, the Mayans, the Nords, the Aryans, just
Anybody. No Bell,
anybody beat
Weston,
him
Jimmy,
down?
oh, somebody. Unser even. Shoot, Unser. The way
No,
he
he
done
don't
done
want him to
Unser.
hurt himself in the process. You know, he a
He
little
already know nothing enough
sickly.
to Unser. Unser should want to off him too, though.
I know, but he ain't gonna do nothing. He ain't
Got
gonna
him
bust a
still
grape in a
working.
food
He want to
fight.
retire and just off of his cancer and be
Right,
be merry as much as he can. So then we see them coming out and everything, and you see finally for the first time Tara and Layla together. Now you know Tara ain't ever had no kickings for her, and now I guess Opie finally set her straight that one night at the dinner. So
mm-hmm.
now it looks like okay, they can be cool. We're good. And so Clay comes out asking for Gemma, and they're like, she's in the office. And that's when Tig comes up to him. He's like, hey, man, she just needs to know you love her still, so want her. You know, that's the worst part of her. She's missing. She just needs to know you love her.
Right,
So then that's when we see the part that BB is so disgusted over.
right. I'm disgusted too. I don't want to see them old folks making out. Say that for the nursing home.
Oh, not the nursing home. But he comes in to get her. She's like, I'm ready to go home. She's like, I still got a little paperwork to do. He's like, fine. I don't care. He took all that shit off the desk and he's like, I want my wife. Now look at her how she look down though. You know she got a little wet and weak too though right there. She was like, okay, daddy, that's what I've been
Right,
wanting to, that's what I've been wanting to hear. Even though I still got the residue from Tig.
right.
Cause I don't think she went. You think she went back in the shower? I don't know. She might have,
I don't
but
know.
I doubt it.
She ain't Krishan. Gemma look like she shower regularly.
Not Krishan. Oh my god, and they a hot mess.
Yeah, we don't even want to go there.
We'll get on them
We'll
tomorrow.
talk about them tomorrow.
We'll get on them tomorrow where it's more appropriate.
Right.
And that's how it ended with Clay finally giving Gemma some good loving that she's been missing since the essay happened. And
well, it wasn't all that great before the way it was looking, so I don't know.
True. I'm like I said, with them hands all crippled and stuff, there's definitely not a lot of foreplay going on.
Mm-mm.
I doubt it. You get cramped up in there trying to do something. But maybe if it's nice and warm enough, it helps. Let me. You know what? That is the end of this. Well, y'all, we made it through this powerful packed episode. A lot went down. Next episode. Next episode is the culling. And the synopsis is the entire Sam Crow family goes on lockdown inside the clubhouse as Sam Crow prepare to battle the League. AJ Weston learns the truth about Ethan Zobel's business dealings in Charmin. Whoop! And we know how it happens there. Applying what she has learned from Gemma, Tara ensures her position at St. Thomas Hospital. So that's gonna be a good episode too. And then I think after that is the finale. Yep. So we've got 2 more episodes. I don't even know how to pronounce the finale episode. Natriobloidy. I don't know. It's very Irish, obviously.
Mm.
I don't know.
Let me look on here and see. Hold on.
I do not know. Natriobloidy. Natriobloidy. Oh, that's very Scottish. Not
Not Scottish. With the accent. Non
Hmm.
trio. I shit. I ain't even gonna let me Google it and see how do you pronounce it. N A tree.
Yeah, I need to know what the
Okay,
hell.
let's see. Okay, it's definitely Irish.
Mm-hmm.
And hold on. I'm trying to it stands for the troubles or violence in Northern Ireland.
Okay.
And yeah, I got the meaning, but I don't see the pronunciation. So
We'll figure it out
yeah,
when we
so
get there.
somebody will
Okay?
eventually say it in the episode,
Yeah.
and then we'll figure it out.
So Chuck's back next episode. Yep. Okay. So no. Yep. He's back, and I accept that. He's back, everyone. Okay, y'all. Well, y'all know y'all can find us back here tomorrow on Dina's page for baddies, and it's always going down with them. It's been a lot going on in these internet streets between these girls. Um, I'm mad already that we did not see this fight between Stunner, Tommy, and who else? One or someone else, but we
Hmm.
missed a good one, and I don't know if that's one where they whooped her ass or not. But that's the one I've been
Yeah,
waiting
because
on.
sometimes when they get whooped, they don't want that on TV.
Well, that's not fair because that's one I've been waiting. On.
You know,
So I'm
I'm still
mad
waiting
about.
on Jocelyn to get whooped. I'm hoping somebody in season 4 will do it for me. But
Oh yeah, waiting for that to be announced to come back. But we probably won't hear nothing until after baddies or something. Give them a
right.
chance. They don't want to let them upstage and be ready for that. You know how that is. But y'all, we have made it through. Um, Dina also is doing Snowfall and
Yep.
BMF, so
Yeah.
make sure
Yeah.
y'all check her out on that as well. And y'all know on my other page, CORQ Weight Loss Journey, get it going, okay? And yeah, we will see y'all tomorrow at 10:09 Central. Y'all know what it is. We out this